one of the most difficult times of our relationship, but he told me he was going to get a divorce, and he did.
But my family was not ready to accept our relation because of 30 years of age gap.
In a stunning turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the 90-day Fiancé universe, longtime couple Jenny Slatin and Sumit Singh are reportedly on the brink of a final, heartbreaking separation, a split many fans feared but hoped would never come. According to multiple insiders close to the couple, tensions inside the marriage have escalated to an unmanageable breaking point, leaving Jenny devastated, isolated, and emotionally shattered. A relationship built on hope, now hanging by a thread. For years, fans watched Jenny and Sumit battle cultural barriers, age gap criticism, family disapproval, and endless emotional suffering. Their journey was one of the franchise's most dramatic and enduring love stories. But sources say the pressure has finally become too much. Jenny never expected it to end like this, one insider shared. She thought once they married, things would calm down. Instead, they only got harder. Here's what insiders are claiming happened behind closed doors. Sumit's family reportedly still refuses to accept Jenny, causing constant fights and emotional strain. With Sumit struggling to secure stable work and Jenny carrying the majority of expenses, money became a major source of tension. Shocking to Jenny, Sumit allegedly reopened the conversation about becoming a father, something Jenny simply cannot give. Relatives continued pushing Sumit toward a more traditional life, something Jenny could never fit into. According to insiders, legal consultations have already begun. They're not officially divorced yet, but the process has started, another source revealed. Jenny is absolutely heartbroken. Jenny is reportedly staying with a close friend, barely eating, sleeping, or speaking. Sumit, meanwhile, has isolated himself inside the family home in India, confused and overwhelmed by guilt. Jenny, I didn't come all this way to lose him. In a tear-filled message shared privately with a friend, Jenny allegedly said, I gave up everything for him, everything. My family, my home, my country. I don't know who I am without him. The emotional collapse is said to be unlike anything she has experienced during their decade-long love story. The latest chapter of their lives reveals a significant turn of events. After Sumit lost his job, the couple faced financial instability, prompting them to make the surprising decision to move in with his parents. This development is particularly noteworthy given the years of strenuous opposition they faced from Sumit's family regarding their 30-year age gap and cultural differences. In a remarkable turn of events, Sumit's parents have finally accepted Jenny into the family. This acceptance, however, has come with its own set of challenges. Jenny, who has been accustomed to living independently with Sumit, has expressed her struggles with the new living arrangement. In a recent interview, she admitted to feeling like she has lost her independence and is still not used to cohabitating with her in-laws. Adding another layer to their story, Sumit and Jenny have embarked on a new business venture together, a family cafe. This endeavor has been fraught with its own set of difficulties, including initial problems with securing a location with running water. Their journey as entrepreneurs and the dynamics of working with family are central themes in their current television appearances. The couple's return to 90-Day Fiancé The Other Way offers fans a front-row seat to their evolving story. The season explores the intricacies of Jenny's relationship with her mother-in-law, their financial struggles, and their attempts to build a life together amidst the close quarters of a multi-generational Indian household. Despite the persistent online speculation, Sumit and Jenny's bond appears to remain strong. They have weathered a decade of challenges, from a secret first marriage to societal judgment, and continue to navigate the complexities of their cross-cultural relationship. While their path has been anything but smooth, the narrative of a dramatic divorce and a heartbroken Jenny appears to be a work of fiction. Instead, their story is one of resilience, compromise, and the ongoing pursuit of a shared future. Jenny Slatin and Sumit Singh are one of two returning couples featured on 90-Day Fiancé The Other Way Season 7. The couple has previously appeared on 3 seasons of The Other Way, so viewers are familiar with their story. Jenny is 30 years older than Sumit, which has been an obstacle in their relationship. Cultural differences have also played a part, as Jenny has found it difficult to adjust to living in India after living in America for her entire life. Since Jenny and Sumit are one of the more popular couples on The Other Way Season 7, we figured it would be good to take a look back on the journey. Here's everything the couple has faced on The Other Way, from Season 1 up until now. Jenny and Sumit were first introduced to viewers during The Other Way Season 1. While Sumit initially catfished Jenny, she fell in love with him and was still attracted to him when he showed her his real picture. After years of long distance, Jenny finally decided to move to India to be with Sumit. The move was quite the challenge, however. Sumit's family didn't know about his relationship with Jenny, which she believed to be solely due to their age gap. Sumit would often leave Jenny alone to go and be with his family, which left her frustrated. At the end of the season, Jenny discovered that Sumit had been hiding a huge secret from her. He had been secretly married all along, although it was an arranged marriage his family had forced him into. Jenny left India in tears, believing her relationship with Sumit was over for good. To the surprise of many, Jenny and Sumit reconciled after Season 1. At the beginning of Season 2, Jenny even decided to go back to India to be with Sumit. He promised that he would work on finalizing his divorce as soon as possible. While Jenny was still hurt, she loved Sumit too much to let him go. Once Jenny arrived in India, she and Sumit moved into a new home. However, things quickly became complicated again. Sumit's parents were strictly opposed to his relationship with Jenny, and he spent the season chasing after their blessing. His divorce was finalized, but his parents were still reluctant to accept them. Nonetheless, the season ended on a positive note for Jenny and Sumit as they officially became engaged. Jenny and Sumit returned for a third time during The Other Way Season 3. While their relationship had improved, Jenny had to find a way to stay in India before her visa expired. She looked into getting a missionary visa but ultimately didn't feel like she'd be able to fully commit to the process. This left only one option. Jenny and Sumit had to get married. Sumit wanted his parents to be on board with the relationship, and his mom agreed to consider it under a few conditions. She wanted to ensure that Jenny could be a proper Indian housewife. Sumit's parents moved in with the couple temporarily so that his mom could teach Jenny how to run a proper Indian household. By the end of the season, Sumit's parents seemed more accepting and even told Jenny that they loved her. Jenny and Sumit ended up getting married at the end of the season, although they didn't tell his parents. Jenny and Sumit have now returned to The Other Way for Season 7. The couple has come a long way, and Sumit's family has finally embraced their marriage with open arms. This season, Jenny and Sumit even moved in with his family and decided to open a family cafe with them. While Jenny is happy to finally be accepted, she is worried that Sumit's mom will expect too much from her. 90-Day Fiancé really dropped the ball a while back by not showing us Jenny and Sumit Singh finally reconciling with his parents, who previously disapproved of their relationship for several years. Fortunately, it seems the TLC series will get a chance to do it again, as it appears that the relationship may deteriorate by the time Season 7 of The Other Way is at an end. The veteran 90-day couple moved in with his parents after needing to leave their current home due to being in what Sumit called a financial crisis. While it seemed as though his parents were thrilled to have them in as part of the family, Jenny might have exposed herself as being just as against mending the fence as they were for so long. Even before they set foot in the house, Jenny was already griping about the idea of having to live with Sumit's parents. She was quickly reminded by her husband that they had no other option, but also, this is a fairly common practice in India. Extended families live together in a home all of the time, and in fact, his younger brother and wife were already living there as well. She brought up that she doesn't like being told what to do or made to do chores, which I'm guessing was because she's aware that's a common expectation in Indian households. Jenny is far from the first 90-day cast member to come from the US and be shocked about the way things work in other countries, but it's the cultural norm where she is. To go in with the attitude that you won't be helping with the daily housework while the other women participate is rude, especially given their circumstances. And my main issue with Jenny, especially at this stage where we find her in 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way, is that she still refuses to embrace much of Indian culture. She doesn't seem to know the language, she's abrasive to the customs, and while she can shop for herself and get by, she seems to rely on Sumit for a lot of their day-to-day stuff close. While Sumit Singh and Jenny Slatin would love to return to 90-Day Fiancé happily ever after, the list of reasons why the network may be hesitant to bring them back is a long one. Fans were first introduced to the couple on 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 1. That's where they shared their unconventional love story with the world. Sumit is 30 years younger than Jenny. Sumit was married to another woman in India when they first started their relationship. Even with such a huge obstacle, Jenny decided to leave her life in the United States to move to India. She did this even though Sumit initially catfished her on Facebook. Despite the significant age gap and Sumit being married to someone else, their love story has lasted much longer than anyone could have imagined. Sumit's love for Jenny is strong, so he's had many difficult conversations with his family, who were initially against the unconventional relationship. He and Jenny got married in August 2021, even after his mother, Sadhna Singh, threatened to disown him. Eventually, however, Sumit's parents finally came around, accepting Jenny as their daughter-in-law. Just like a majority of couples from the franchise, Jenny and Sumit met online, with Sumit catfishing Jenny in 2012 and pretending to be a 25-year-old British man. At the time, Jenny was living in California, falling hard for the person she thought Sumit was. Eventually, Sumit came clean, and Jenny still wanted to pursue a relationship. After a long-distance relationship that lasted several months, Jenny traveled to India in 2013, where she met Sumit in person for the first time. She ended up staying there for several months, but it wasn't until 2019 that Jenny moved to India permanently. After a few months, Jenny learned that Sumit was already married to a woman his parents chose. It seemed like this might end their relationship. After she learned about Sumit's marriage, Jenny returned to the US. They were apart for a few months. Then, Sumit assured her that he would get a divorce. Jenny returned to India, and the pair lived together throughout the pandemic, despite Sumit's parents disapproving of their relationship. Above, by a 90-day fiancé at YouTube, see Sumit trying to make his parents accept his older love interest. Eventually, Sumit's parents agreed to stop meddling in their relationship, and the couple tied the knot in a small ceremony without telling his parents. The pair have been together ever since. Now, their relationship is so stable that it might not make for exciting TV. Prior to the show, Jenny was living in Palm Springs, where she worked at a Marriott golf resort. She quit her job and had just $6,000 to her name when she moved to India to be with Sumit. She really was taking a leap of faith. Sumit was a call center employee. He quit his job when Jenny moved in. He didn't want to work such long hours and leave her alone all the time. Because Jenny didn't know the language or any people, Sumit wasn't able to work full-time. He took a job as a chef at a friend's cafe and worked there for just a few hours a day. After the COVID-19 lockdowns, he had to stop working there. One way the pair might be making money is with their Cameo accounts. They offer fans the opportunity to order personalized video messages for a one-time fee. The two of them are currently offering video messages as a package deal, with rates starting at $59 for a message. Plus, 90-Day Fiancé pays the couple for appearing in each episode, which may be how they get most of their income. Sumit took to Instagram in October 2024 to reveal that him and Jenny were still very much in love. He posted a sweet message for his wife, along with a video of Jenny dancing after celebrating Holi. Fans flooded the comments with pleas for them to return to 90-Day Fiancé, with some referring to the pair as their favorite couple from the entire franchise. After Sumit's family, including his extremely stubborn mother, accepted Jenny, their storyline was a lot less dramatic, which may have made producers exclude them. In May 2024, Jenny publicly reached out to the official 90-Day Fiancé casting Instagram page and asked them to cast her again. Jenny and Sumit would love to be back on the other way, she wrote. With this comment, Jenny wanted the casting team to know there have been a lot of developments in their relationship since leaving the show. Some fans replied to this comment by insisting the couple had become too boring for the series. They wanted to watch other pairs, who had more emotional highs and lows. Still, a lot of fans did watch the show because of Jenny and Sumit's dramatic relationship. So, even though things might be going more smoothly now, there are a lot of people who probably want to keep up with them. They haven't lost every bit of appeal. Since tying the knot and getting Sumit's family on their side, not a lot has changed for the couple. While it's great to see that there's no trouble in paradise, there isn't a good reason why producers should ask Jenny and Sumit to return to the show. They just aren't creating a sense of anticipation or excitement right now. The pair was last seen on 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Season 7, when they finally revealed to his parents that they had secretly married. Sumit previously expressed his desire to become a parent, but he was adamant that they should raise the child in India rather than America. He said a child would probably help his family to finally embrace Jenny and their relationship. The couple having a baby would definitely be a great storyline. That might be enough to get them back in the franchise. Being in her 60s, Jenny isn't what fans are used to seeing in a new mother, and that might make for interesting television. However, as the season went on, Sumit stopped talking about wanting to be a father, which might mean that the storyline wouldn't go anywhere. Unless they do choose to have kids, it seems unlikely they will actually return to 90 Day Fiancé. 90 Day Fiancé star Jenny Slatin has finally reached her breaking point, and she is no longer ready to share the roof with Sumit Singh's parents. She is done placing nice and has made it crystal clear that Sumit doesn't pack up his bags and move out. She is going to walk away from him. Yes, you read that right. Jenny has come to the extent that she is even ready to leave Sumit at the cost of not living with his parents. She has given the full and final ultimatum to her husband and isn't hesitating now. Is this true? What is this all about? What did she say? Keep on reading to learn more about what really happened between Jenny and Sumit. 90 Day Fiancé star Jenny might have lived in India for a few years now, but still, there are several things that are testing her patience. During the inauguration of her family's cafe, Sumit invited some priests who were sprinkling cow's urine all over the place. Jenny was in disbelief and noted that Americans wouldn't even think of this. Then comes another incident when Sumit's mother was actually cooking with water that had not been filtered. His father filled water from a tap in the cafe's bathroom, while his mother used it for cooking. Neither Sumit nor Jenny was able to believe their eyes, and they forced the elderly couple to throw away all the food. Jenny Slatin had to move in with Sumit's family due to their financial condition. However, when the latter decided to open a cafe, Slatin had a ray of hope. She was sure that she and Sumit would be able to move out as soon as they made a profit from their business. But it seems that Sumit doesn't even consider himself stable enough to move out of his family and survive all alone. When Jenny finally decided to confront Sumit, the latter's reaction was shocking. The former pointed out that they need to move out as soon as possible, and she wouldn't be able to live with her in-laws now. However, Sumit noted that they were still dependent on his parents, and there was no way they could take such a massive step. But this time, Jenny isn't ready to take a step back. She is willing to do anything and everything just to make sure that she isn't living with in-laws now. Jenny threatened Sumit that if the latter weren't ready to move out, she would simply pack her bags and leave. She made it clear that she wouldn't hesitate to take the big step alone, and it is possible that she would end up leaving Sumit. The latter was evidently in shock. However, viewers are supporting Jenny as they believe that she really needs to look after herself now. Her health doesn't seem to be great, and it is high time she thinks about herself. What do you think? Do let us know in the comments section. Keep coming back to the TV season and spoilers for more updates.